Hello, artists! Today we are going to be making a 1-point perspective drawing. And this is a word that you need to know as a 5th grader because you will be seeing it at the end of the year on your art test. So, we are going to start by writing the word 1-point perspective. So open up your sketchbook, and on the left side, we're going to write 1 point. This is gonna be on 1 point. I'll draw that so you can see it better. 1 point per spec. Oh, hopefully I don't run out of room. Perspective. 1 point perspective. That's our word for this project. Now, that is a type of drawing created on a 2-dimensional plane that use 1 point in the distance. So, created on a 2D plane that uses 1 point in the distance. And what that means is everything's going to be going to that 1 point. Please write this down. At some point in the year, we're going to have a Kahoot quiz, and you can have an open book. You can use your sketchbook for answers. So this is definitely going to be useful for you when you do your summary. So we're going to make that 1 point perspective, and today we're just going to practice drawing. If it ends up being your final piece, that's cool, but we're just going to practice those drawings. So once you're ready, you can then, and you wrote this down, right? You're going to fold your book over so that the binding is at the top. And we are going to be using a ruler. I have 2 different types of rulers. I'm gonna use this ruler because I could see behind it. If you wanted to use a ruler with numbers on it, totally up to you. So I'm gonna start by using a pencil. Make sure that your pencil is sharp and ready to go, and you have an eraser. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. All right. So we're going to start by making that 1 point perspective plane, and we've seen some examples of 1 point perspective, but I'm going to use my ruler, and I can really go anywhere I want with this, but I'm gonna try and cut this paper in half with my pencil. So I'm going to draw a straight line going right across. Super light, look how light that is. I don't want it to be dark. Anywhere on this line, this is your horizon line. This is a horizontal line, horizon line. Anywhere, you're gonna make a dot. You can make it over here, you can make it over here. I'm gonna make mine in the center. Make a dot. That is called your vanishing point, where all of your shapes are going to vanish into. Don't draw your shapes close, because you want to draw your shapes kind of on the outside, because they're going to vanish to this point. Or you can cut them off, completely up to you. It's going to kind of look like a top view rather than a regular landscape, because we're going to get kind of creative with this. I'm going to make squares. You can make triangles, circles, rectangles, whatever you want to make, but I'm going to start by making some squares. So that's all I'm going to do right now. In this outside area, not close to here, on this like border, I'm going to start making squares using my ruler. I'm gonna do about 3 right now, just 3. When I go to draw, because it's going to be like a cube, all of my lines are going to go to that vanishing point. So I'm going to attach all the lines to that vanishing point. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to get my ruler close to that dot, and then also get it close to the first dot over here, and the corner over here, and I'm going to make a line all the way to that vanishing point. I'm going to do the same for each of the 3 sides. I only need 3 sides because the other side is technically hidden. So now it looks like it's going back into space. And then I can continue on with the next one. All of these corners go all the way to that vanishing point. Now I'm going to make more. I can make some in front of the other ones, but it's going to cover some of that. So I'm just going to make some more shapes. Like I said, you can make different kinds of shapes. Maybe even get your shapes at a different angle. Maybe I'm going to turn my page. Maybe I'll turn it this way, and I'll make a square this way. So it kind of looks like a diamond. It's a different kind of square. But it needs to have some kind of point. Circle might be a little bit harder to do, but I'm going to continue on making some more different shapes. Now that I'm done making my shapes and getting them all cleaned up, I even made I made a triangle, I made some that might be a little complicated, but we'll see what happens. So now I'm gonna start with my closest shapes, so the shapes that are close. I'm gonna start drawing those lines that go to the vanishing point. into a problem here. This is going to go behind this here. So I'm just going to make it go behind it. And it just sticks right behind it. Okay, now that I'm done here, let's see how many shapes I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect, I have 10 shapes. I don't think you should have any less than that, but definitely more is encouraged. You could always go in front of another shape, like I did over here. So I noticed when the one shape is in front, right, that one's hidden behind it, even over here. When I went to go put the shape, the line to the vanishing point, I couldn't go all the way to the vanishing point. I had to stop and hide this line behind that square to make it look right. Same over here with the triangle. Shoop, I had to stop, which is cool, right? I don't have to draw it all the way, right? And don't go all the way to that line, then you have to erase all that again. So you're just gonna stop there. And that's done for my drawing. Now I can erase that vanishing point line. If you want to erase it, go ahead and erase it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trace everything in Sharpie. And that is the last step for today. Next week, we're going to add value and color to our artwork. And we're going to be using analogous or monochromatic colors. So I'm going to go ahead and trace all of my lines using that ruler. Now that I'm all done, I can clean up, if I have extra time, clean up some of these pencil lines that I don't need. And that is it for today's lesson. If you do have extra time, you can always practice making some more cubes on your paper. So I have my perspective, right? My 1-point perspective. I can practice making some cubes. So if I make a square, and I make another square. We'll do this one. This time we'll do it in pencil. This time the square has to sit in the corner. Oh, I should have done. I gotta do it this way. In the corner, and then I can attach all my lines. And then I can erase the inside.